Fury. Mick Hennessy, Peter Fury, John Fury. And we're here today to announce that, as you're all aware, BoxNation will be broadcasting Tyson's first defence of his title against Vladimir Klitschko at the MEN Arena in Manchester, and it will be shown live on BoxNation. We're highly delighted that we've been able to get involved and help and assist that Tyson's challenges in the UK, and he didn't have to go to Germany, and I think that we all worked hard to make sure that happened. And from my point of view, being involved in our channel broadcasting the real heavyweight champion of the world's first defence is a privilege, and we're very proud that it's on the channel. All the guys are here. I know you've got lots of questions to ask, so please feel free to ask them.
Did you try and get a football stadium for that fight at all?
There was, I mean, Mick, you don't want me.
He would have filled out Old Trafford, or
They're not available because of they're not available. Too near the season, so that was the problem, and it was either that or go to Germany. And anyway, Mick, I'm sure, can explain it better than I can.
Yeah, as Frank said, the stadiums just weren't available, and sometimes with stadiums there comes a lot of other problems, such as costs and production and so on and so forth. I mean, the MEN is the biggest indoor arena in Europe. It's a facility where we can maximise things, and it's always got an incredible atmosphere there. So that was important to Tyson and Peter and myself, to make sure that this is a hell of an event, and it comes across right on TV and with the crowd. So that was part of our decision.
And it holds 6,000 more. There's 6,000 more tickets to sell at the MEN than there is at the O2 in London. So, as Mick said, it's the biggest venue indoor venue in Europe. So that's why it's happening now.
It wasn't very important to get it in Manchester. Not very important, no. It was very important that I wasn't going to go back to Germany. That was the facts. I wouldn't go back to Germany, end of. I don't care what they was offering. I wasn't going to get a decision unless I knock him out. That'll be an hard thing, but England, it's in England. Wherever it is, I'm not really too bothered. Let's get the fight on. That's all I can say about it, really. It's good that it's in Manchester, but as I'm the Gypsy King, there's no I don't have an hometown. So wherever I want to go in the world is my hometown, because I'm a traveller. I travel around the world and I make them my hometowns, don't I? Just pull my little trailer upside of someone's garden, make a mess, and then move on to the next place. So that's why they call me the Gypsy King, because I'm a king at making mess. Next question. Well, if he don't, he's on for another riding, isn't he? He's got to come and try and fight, or else he's not going to do anything. He couldn't beat me on his first day game, so he's not going to beat me second time round. I told the world he couldn't beat me. I told the world he was no good. I told them that my boxing ability was too much for any of them. But they don't listen, so I end up with all the belts done and being the number one fighter on the planet. So there we are. He's got to come and try and do something, hasn't he? Darwin's a pussy. Don't ever mention him. Say that again. That's what he is. Anybody else? I thought he looked like a pumped up weightlifter out of his mind on drugs. That's what I thought he looked like. And he fought an American who come to lay down. It would have as much fight in him as that glass of water in there. Zero. And it wouldn't surprise me if he took a few good to lay down as well. All these Americans are bums. Bum cities. Tell you that now. Can't fight.
Tyson, you have a renowned sort of history of boxing. Where would you place Joshua's opponent in the ranked heavyweight champions?
I wouldn't place him anywhere. He was bought the title. He was given it. I'm the world champion, me, the Gypsy King. If they can't beat me, then they're not world champions. Listen, without me, they wouldn't have even been a world champion. Joshua or his friend, his play partner, wouldn't have been world champions, because they wouldn't have relieved Klitschko the IBF title. It takes a real man to relieve a super champion of his belts, not some weightlifters and some bums who's coming over here for a few more dollars so he can go back home. End of. They can't fight. They're not fighting men. They're bums. Listen, the British public's filled by bums, I give you that. But when real men come along like myself, who can fight, talk, walk, dance, sing, shag, whatever you want, I can do it. Yeah? Because I'm the man. So none of these men can beat me in any departments, because I'm the king of it all. And if anybody out there want to fight, let's get it on. Simple. They might be brainwashed by some pussy like Eddie Hearn, who can't be 10% of the man I am. I've got to back my hand to Eddie Hearn, slap, and he won't be able to do anything about it. So, if someone like that can convince anybody that somebody's a king and somebody's a great fighter, then they're just idiots, aren't they? Because he's a nobody and he's a daddy's boy, a little idiot. He's had a lot to say, but in real life he wouldn't say that, because he gets slapped up the ear and he couldn't do nothing about it, walk away with his hand in his ear like that. Ow. Because that's what real men do to bitches, we slap them. End of.
That's not bitches, women, so don't anybody try and interpret that in a different way.
Anybody more questions?
I was wondering, what's changed since you went to Germany? Why would you not get decisions now that you did then?
Because listen, don't try and tempt fate twice. One's good enough and I'm happy with that. Let him come here.
But you've not heard anything to suggest that would happen, or that's just you?
Well,
Listen, I've not heard anything, but let him come here, the German prick.
nobody thought he would get the decision in Germany. Weren't a question of winning the fight. I don't think anybody would have thought he would have got the decision. It's very, very, very rare to get a win out there, and there's quite a few British boxers who, over recent years, who will confirm that. So, you know, it was the result, and why, you know, and I quite agree. Why tempt fate?
Go on.
Press questions.
When you, there's a lot of talk now about Anthony Joshua and yourself, but are you thinking of going that way or against Downtree Wild? Because you were officially owned the belt to Anthony Joshua.
I did, but listen. The fight I've got to worry about is Vlad, because Vlad's 10 times the man of any of them world champions. You don't become a super champion and hold the belt for 10 years if you're no good. He might have had an off night. He might have lost on purpose. I might be in for a hell of a hiding on June the 9th, July the 9th. We don't know. I've got to get past him first, so it's no good talking about these other bums until I beat the man who was the man. So I've got to get past him first, and providing I can do that, then I'll fight all of them. They're easy paydays. I'll take up the British ones first, because they're the easiest. I'll leave the Americans till afterwards. Hopefully, keep your fingers crossed and say a prayer for me. Good man.
One thing's for sure, Klitschko can't come here and do what he did last time. He's going to have to come and fight. He's going to have, as soon as that bell goes, he's got to come and fight. He can't have the same tactics as last time. So I think you're going to see a little bit of a special fight. And I think the good thing about Tyson, he's so he can adapt to any style, as he's shown over his last few fights. So it's going to be, I don't think it'll be anything like the last fight. It's going to be a totally different fight.
So how does Huey's development compare to Tyson's?
In what regard?
Sorry?
What stage, what level do you think? Is that at the same
How
age?
does their development compare?
I don't really understand the question.
What he's saying is, you know, at Huey's age compared to what Tyson was at his age, what was the comparison?
The only difference is when Tyson was 21, he never had the world camps, he never had the world-class sparring that Huey's had. So that's the only thing you can say that's different between the two. Because where Tyson's where he is, it's obviously helped Huey a great deal as well, because he shared in all of his camps, which when Tyson was 21, he never had that.
Basically, I only turned pro 5 fights ago. So I'm 5-0 as a professional, me, really. Because the rest of it was out drinking, out with women of the night to all hours. And then I come in the next day and fight 12 rounds and knock someone out. So that's the answer to that question. Huey is on a much supreme level to what I was on at 21. Because I'm still a fat pig now, but I was even worse then. And I didn't take it serious at all. So there's the answer to that question. I could just go in there and do what I had to do on natural ability, But it only takes you so far, doesn't it, before you have to get, you come unstuck. Any more questions from the public? What? Oh, when? I don't know yet. I think I'm going to go in about 3 weeks before, do extra load of training, and then get in and get him out of there. It'll be a different camp this time, like Frank was saying, because we're expecting a different fight. I'm just going to stand still and trade it out with him. And whoever wins, wins, and whoever doesn't, doesn't. So that's why we're only going to do 3 weights. I'm going to lift a lot of weights, and I'm going to stand there and have a slugfest with Vlad. Hope for the best.
Do you think with you winning that world title, it's unlocked the heavyweight division? Do you feel, just say if Klitschko does win, which I don't think it will win, but if he did, do you think the heavyweight division is taking a step back if he somehow won that fight?
Not really, because it showed what a great champion he was, wasn't it? Listen, he become the only man in history to win the heavyweight title 4 times, wasn't he? Like, lose it, win it, lose it, win it, lose it, win it. So, listen, make no mistake, you know Vladimir put his fist through Wilder and his fist through AJ, and there isn't no more to contest with. I'm not even going to mention Lucas Brown. So, there is no more heavyweights. The only man who could ever beat Klitschko was me. You're looking at him. And I've done it through unorthodox positions, an unorthodox style, unorthodox approach to things. That's how you beat them men. How you beat robots is do unorthodox things. Touch the floor, punch them in the face, whatever you want. Spin around in a circle, kick your leg up and hit him with a 1-2. They're not used to it. They're robots. They've learnt it all out of a book. What I have, what I've got can't be taught, can't be learnt. You either got it, you haven't. Him in the back there will tell you that. Nazim Mohammed, he was the master of it. If you couldn't do it, listen, you go to Brendan Ingles' gym, you either get knocked out or you're a winner. Simple. Everyone can't do what they teach. You either got it or you haven't. Come on, Naz, don't be quiet in the back.
It's all about you, just keep going, you're doing really well.
Charles, and keep being cheeky, I mean, you'll be at it, because you're about my weight, you are. Listen, when I beat Vlad, forget AJ, I want to give you a first defence. Probably would.
We ain't going to talk about that, you're world champion, you've done amazing, and I'm just happy that Frank's beside you.
Good man.
This is my son's son, Frank. I just wanted to say that.
He's bigger than you are. All right, any more questions?
Let's get back to Tyson, let's get back to you.
Yeah, this ain't the Prince show, this is the King show. Come on, next questions. Prince is my son's name, by the way, for all that don't know. I named him after you, actually, because you're my favourite fighter, from England, anyway. And if you watch me, I try and do things that you used to do, but about 10 stone heavier. It might look a bit more awkward, a bit slow, but it is effective still. I'll give you that. Must be. Any more questions? Or we're all shot out after 4 questions.
Tyson, how much do you actually enjoy being champion and now having the opportunity to do things your way?
It is what it was. I've done them all my way when I was a challenger, didn't I? I told you it was the Tyson Fury show. It isn't anybody else's show. It is, but it's always been a big stage. Being a big undefeated heavyweight was a loud mouth. It's usually a big stage around the world. So it's been good. I've enjoyed the road. I've enjoyed it all. And now heavyweight champion is what it is, and it's just another step closer to whatever you're looking for. And I've still not found it yet, so it must still be out there.
Are there any more questions?
Frank, you don't really believe there's going to be another heavyweight fight on July 9th?
No, there's not. We know there's not. And even if there was, who's he going to fight? They haven't booked Wembley. That's a load of rubbish because we had Wembley booked because it was going to be. We were trying to put a big show together at Wembley, so they haven't got that booked. And even if they did go to Wembley, who is Anthony Joshua going to fight?
I can answer that question for you, Frank.
You're not filling out with Malik.
I can answer the question, Frank. What we do is we go to the MEN, right? We charge treble for the tickets, yeah, and treble for the pay-per-view. I fight Klitschko first, beat him, then I fight AJ and beat him on the same night. So there's his opponent. Fight me twice on 2 nights, same night. Fight both of them.
He's fighting Malik Scott, so I understand next. But whoever it is, that's not going to fill no stadiums. And
Is it Malik Scott done?
Malik Scott was beaten by Derek Chisora.
In 5 rounds, stopped.
Absolutely.
Didn't he hit himself and wouldn't get back up after 9 seconds? Didn't he wait till like 10 seconds till he got up?
He was what we call him, a niner. We see one of those,
Yeah.
don't
We saw one of them. Yeah, we saw one on the weekend.
He's fighting Malik Scott. Well, that's what I hear. But if it's not Malik Scott, who is he going to fight to go on the same night? It's just rubbish. It's a stupid comment to make. It's never was going to happen. And it's an insult to the fans and to you guys. You're going to go do both shows. Why would you go there and do that? It's ridiculous. But I think being very sensible, what this is all about today is guys here, and more importantly, Tyson, that the show is on at the MEN Arena on the 9th of July. Definitely 100% on that night. And it'll be broadcast. If you can't get a ticket, because it will be a sellout, it'll be broadcast on BoxNation.
Live and exclusive. Because Sky Sports couldn't afford it. But BoxNation could. So there we are. We're on.
That's it.
Come on, Frank.
We're
say it as it
struggling.
is,
We're
pal.
struggling now, aren't we? I mean, we've had to pawn everything to buy the fight, but we did it. And no, we're very
Listen, Frank,
for
you want the
BoxNation,
best, you've got to pay for it.
we're cool with that, and that's what we're
That's
about.
it.
We're a boxing
Simple.
channel, and what we've done with the Amir Khan fight against Alvarez, we've got the two biggest fights involving British fighters this year, bar none. There aren't too bigger fights than that involving British fighters this year. Real fights, real fights against real challengers or champions. That's what it is, and we're delighted. And we'll be announcing another one next week, which I think everybody's going to be shocked when they hear that one. So, for BoxNation, and I'm here speaking on behalf of BoxNation, we are absolutely delighted. We're going from strength to strength, and we're slowly but surely in our 5th year getting there.
And as an ambassador for and a role model for BoxNation, I'd just like to put a big clap. Come on, he's got 20 biggest fights of the year. So well done, BoxNation.
Give him
Can I
the clap.
just have the floor for a minute, people, while I just say what I have to say and put everything into perspective from a father's point of view? Eddie Haye, the ringmaster, because that was a circus act last weekend, as we all know. But let's put it right. You know the reason why you can't get proper interviews here, and it's like games and small talk, because it's a respect thing. When you lot respect my son and give him what he deserves, you can get some proper interviews with proper sense. At the minute, he's toying with all of you, because he's got about as much respect for you lot as you have for him. And I just think it's time you should get behind an homegrown Manchester man who's done the impossible and give him the credit he deserves. Because let's put it this way. First of all, the IBF belt. It's a wonder they're not doing jail over it, because it was theft against the person, Tyson Fury. They planned it from word one. They thought, we can't beat Tyson Fury, so we've got to steal the belt so Anthony Joshua can be a world title. And let's put it this way. Anybody that can sell an arena out in minutes, they're going to look after him. And I'll tell you now, I would back Anthony Joshua in every defence he has, apart from my son, to win. I put my house on it, because he can't lose, because they're running a circus act. Here, there is no circus act. It's the real deal. And does people want to see the real deal? Looking at all yous laughing and joking at bullshit, I'm astounded. You're businessmen, you're meant to be papermen, you're going all around the world, and you're playing games like school kids in a playground. Get real. This is the real deal. He's the best heavyweight in the world. And you know what? Good luck to Eddie Haye. They're brilliant at the job. They've done a fantastic job with him. Listen, if I had him, I'd drop him up in cotton wool. He's laying the golden eggs at the minute, and he will be for some time. You know what? Because the public love anything. A con job, they'll get right behind it. And that's what I've said, right from word one. How can anybody take Anthony Joshua's night last night real? Come on. You've been round boxing all his lives. You report the most world titles that's ever been, and you can't tell me you don't see a circus act and nothing said about it. You know what? If you come out and he just fell over that kid, you'd have got behind him. Anthony Joshua's the best in the world. Even the bookies have got the cheek to put Joshua favourite. And who's he fought? I'll tell you who he's fought. Nobody. Dillian White was their only real test he had, and look what happened. How has he got from that level to that level in a few weeks? Come on. Search your brain. It don't take a lot of working out. This man is the heavyweight champion of the world, and there's nobody to beat him.
Let's hope they keep doing the job with Joshua. I urge the public, and listen to this, make this fight. Get Joshua to get in the ring with my son. It's up to you, public, because Eddie Hearn will never take that fight. The British public, the world has to demand it. But I'll tell you what, that's the long and the short of it, but I'll tell you what, people, show a bit more respect to a king. Not just because he's a gypsy, forget that. Look into the sport. It's a sport of boxing. Look into that, you know. And believe me, if you think some novice can take my son after the performance he done on half-hearted against Klitschko, is there in dreamland? Let's make this fight as quick as we possibly can, because I tell you now, see those men, the Deontay Wilders, all the rest of them, they couldn't beat my son on the same night, and he will prove it, because it'll be around years. They're going to make more money than my son. You know why? The public want it that way. Yous want it that way. Let me just say, yes they will, let me tell you. These people here, they want Joshua to defeat you more than life itself. All of you. And I can see through all of you. You're not behind Tyson, because I'll tell you why. We're real people. We say it as it is. And people like that never get any respect. I've been to Helen back in my life. I know what it is, and I know real men when I'm speaking to them. Not paper, plastic people. So what you're going to have to do is pull your socks up, all of you. And all these interviews here are pointless, because the paying public don't hear bullshit like's going on here. I'm shocked. I've come here today, 4 hours in a car to watch this ping pong game for some schoolboys. Ask some serious questions, show some serious respect, and you'll get some back. You'll get proper inward interviews, not bullshit, wasting people's time. That's all I've got to say. No, they don't, mate. You're having a laugh, you. You are having a laugh, mate. You know, there's not one genuine question been asked here today. Well, show it then. Show it to the rest of the world. Show it to them. Because I tell you now, it's a joke from where I'm sitting. This man is the best thing that's ever come off these shores. And has he got any respect? He's not even on no billboards, no quiz games, no nothing. You've got David Haye, what's a nobody, a blowed up cruiserweight. He's on every billboard, his name's everywhere, he's on every show. Where's my son? Nowhere. Because nobody wants to know. You know why? Because it's a racism. That's all it's about. Racism. He's from the wrong background. If he was out of Peckham Estate, he'd be having tea with the Queen Mother and being took round open top bus. Come on, let's get real. You know that and I know that. But I'll tell you what it is. There's only real men, and I tell you what, they only come from our community, because we're not circus acts. We fight for pride. I've done 12 years for a fight. That's how much pride means to me, an old man. So what's he going to do? He ain't bothered about the money. When he climbs into that ring, his life's on the line, his pride. 300 years, a generation, bloodlines. That's what we're fighting for. Billy Joe Saunders the same way. We're travelling people, we're from the heart. And we've been discriminated for 2,000 years. But we're on top today, and I'll tell you now, in the middleweight division, we're staying on top, and in the heavyweight division, we're here for years.
Gypsy boy!
And last question, show a bit of respect. Let's have some proper questions, please. Let's start over again.
John, can I have an egg sandwich, please?
Tyson, how many rounds did it take to knock Joshua out?
One, Bill. That's a good question. Yes, sir.
Right, gentlemen. I don't know what to say. We are where we are, and I know where John's coming from when he says what he says. And there are guys, and I've got to say, there are guys here who do rate Tyson, and there are guys who have given him respect, and there are other. I mean, basically, let's get it right. What it is, sports editors, they like the Anthony Joshua story. It's a good story and so forth. And we all know sometimes how stories get changed or whatever when they get back to newspapers. But the bottom line is, this man is the real heavyweight champion in the world. He's the guy that done it. And he will be having his fight on the 9th of July in Manchester against the next best heavyweight on the planet, who is Vladimir Klitschko. And we're all looking forward to it. And after that, if there's more talk of Anthony Joshua, there's an easy way to find out who's the best fighter. Just make the fight. It's as simple as that. And we forget all this role model crap and all the rubbish that goes with it. This is boxing we're in. It's about who's the best fighter, who's the guy who should be the number one. And at the moment, this is the number one. And the only way Anthony Joshua is going to become number one is beating him. It's the only way it can happen. And so there's pushing an open door, I believe, to get the fight on. But the most important thing is Tyson can't take his eye off the ball on the 9th.
Exactly, like I
that's
just said.
all that matters. Anthony Joshua don't matter. None of those other guys matter. The only one that matters and who's in his way is Klitschko, and that's the guy he's got to focus on. And I know better than anybody, these guys all at the table here will be doing that. Anyway, I don't think there are any. Are there any more questions, or you done? All done? Thank you very much, and we look forward to seeing you in the next week or so when the guys get together for the press conference with Klitschko. Thank you.